Hello, hello. I am going to create a very simple July 4th look. So what we're going to do is, because I have so much moisturizer and the tanning drops, which is really an oil, and it's got the antioxidants, the vitamin E, the hyaluronic acid, and the rose oil, I'm not going to put on a primer. So, and I'm only going to put on a little bit of my Saint 3D foundation. So I'm using my fingers because they are a little bit warmer. And I'm not going to put on as much contouring just because there is that glow from the drops. But I do want a little bit of a contour. And I'm creating more of a simple look. I still want it to look a little natural, but I want it to look like I'm wearing makeup. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I can tell, like around my nose, usually that would be a little darker. So I guess I can tell that there is a little bit of a glow. So then I'm gonna go in with the brighter highlight, which can be used for a highlight or a concealer. We're gonna go right there because there is a little bit of some acne, and it could be from the rose oil and the tanning drops because I just noticed I started getting those, and that's the only new product I've been putting on my face. And then right around there, there's just still a little hint of redness right there. And then I'm going to mix the concealer with the, what used to be my contour. It was just a little too light for me to cover up that acne scars. And then that one right there is also a highlight, but it is more of my foundation color. And I'm just going to go in and just kind of finger paint where I don't have any other color. And if you haven't heard of Saint, it is like the busy woman, busy mom foundation, makeup, eyeshadow, blush, lip color. It's a godsend. I don't sell it. I know about like 3 or 4 different women that do. So I can always get you in touch to color match and go from there. Then I'm going to spray it with a little setting spray, which I am in need of more. And I'm going to just let that set for a little bit. And then I'm going to blend the highlight colors first. And right now I'm just kind of patting it in. And then I'll go in with the contour and just do circular motions. And I do have a lip and cheek color, but I'm using Red Aspen's lip and cheek color, so I'm not using the cream today. We're just going to blend that up into the hairline. And I'm being very gentle because I still want it to be visible. I mean, this makeup is good for like all skin tones. I mean, obviously they can color match all skin ages, teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, older. So yeah, it's so weightless. It doesn't age you at all. The makeup doesn't age either, which means that like throughout the day, it doesn't start to crease. It doesn't start to like fall or anything. It just kind of stays put, and it just feels like you're not wearing any makeup, and I love it. Especially like during the summer here in Texas where it's so hot, I don't feel like I'm sweating my makeup off. All right, so we are blended. I mean, it literally doesn't look like I did anything at all. All right, so now we are going to go in, and I'm going to use my setting powder because obviously we got some baggage. And I am using Aspen Set, which is literally like the holy grail of setting powders. It's the Instagram filter. It's a Snapchat filter. I mean, whatever you want to call it. So I pour a little into the lid so there's not any cross-contamination. And I use a beauty blender. If you have combination skin, so you have little patches of oily skin and patches of dry skin, you want to use like a fluffy brush. If you have dry skin, you want to use more of a denser brush, or you can just use a damp beauty blender. So run it under water, squeeze it out until there's no water, and then you can also squeeze it into a towel. So it's just damp. It's not wet at all. And then I'm going to tap it in there and then just tap off any excess. And then I'm going to go right here. Just push that in there. And then blend it out. And I'm tapping. I'm not rubbing, I'm tapping. And literally, look at that. Look at that magic. You can see the circles and the bags under my eyes compared to this side. It literally blurred the circles. No longer there, as opposed to this side. So we're gonna go back under that side, push it in, and blend. And this side is a little bit heavier. Why, I don't know. So I'm gonna go back under it again. And voila. And because you can see there's a little bit of highlight, which means I'm moisturized, but that also means that throughout the day, that's where I'm gonna get the oiliest. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender. I've already tapped off any excess, so there's not gonna be any particles floating in the air. And I'm going to tap, not rub, tap. It's also gonna blur out those like forehead wrinkles. No more shine. And then also like right there, like both sides of the nostrils. And then right there. No more shine. I'm gonna go right there under my chin just a little bit more. Like right there on that little crease right there for some reason. Between my eyebrows. All right. Literally a holy grail, a filter of, a filter in a jar, a fountain of youth. It's like legit. All right. Now we're going to do just a little bit of blush. I think I'm going to go Mauve Bloom. It's kind of one of my favorites, but I think I'm going to go Mauve Bloom. So we're just going to kind of tap that in there. I'm gonna go right up there on the temples as well. And then for kind of like a little youthful sun-kissed look, just right there on the bridge of the nose and a little bit on the chin. For any of the excess up there on the forehead. I think that side's still a little... I'm trying to look over in my mirror and not my camera because I don't like the way my camera does the color. And I love that the Aspen set, as well as our blush, has the skincare infused products in them. So again, the hyaluronic acid, the vitamin E, aspen bark, sunflower oil, cornstarch, it's all taking care of my skin just like the tanning drops. So the entire day, my skin is still absorbing all of that skincare product. All right, and for our highlight, I'm actually going to use the Gold Crown and use a little bit of a gold instead of a pearl. So I'm going to use like a little candle flame brush, kind of run that in there. This also has the same skincare products. Bam, look at that, gorgeous. And run that up like a C. Run it down the nose. And then our Cupid's bow. And then whatever excess on the chin. Bam. Okay, so now for our brows, before we do our eyes, I'm going to use Dawn's Brow Primer, which is pretty sad looking. I need to get a new one. It is a wax, which is going to condition my brows, but it's also going to hold my brows in place. It's going to make my pencil last longer. It's going to make the pencil look more natural. I'm going to take the Avery's brow pencil. This is in the color dark. I usually use deep, but again, because I colored my hair blonde for the summer, I'm going to use a dark color. Dark isn't as dark as deep. Deep is like the deepest color. We have light, I believe it's light, medium, dark, and deep. And then, so I use the spoolie, brush that wax through. And then I'm just going to run the pencil gently, because I don't want it so dark. Through my brows. And then I'm going to brush that through. And then anywhere like right there is still kind of sparse. And then the other side. I will have to do a before and after photo for you guys. I was like a serious plucker in the 90s. Like when I have some stray brows that need some plucking, I get really scared of my tweezers because I'm afraid I'm going to over pluck again. We don't have any special plans for July 4th. We thought the 8-year-old had hand, foot, mouth, and so we didn't make any big plans to do anything because he was still like contagious. But we haven't seen any like major rash or anything. And then the girls, because we sent them over to my in-laws so they could stay away so they wouldn't catch it. Well, they started running a fever and got super congested and got the cough and started running fevers. And so we started to determine that it was probably just a summer cold. So yeah. I mean, I have lupus, so I get like the ulcers and the mouth sores inside my mouth. So I mean, anybody can look inside my mouth at certain times and be like, oh, that could be hand, foot, mouth, when it's really not. All right, this one's more of the sparser of the two, and it always irritates me because I can't get it. They're not supposed to be twins, they're supposed to be sisters, or some people call them cousins, whatever. All right, so that's that. And then of course, Krista's back again. She's been gone for like, I swear it's been like 8 or 9 months, but some people say it's only been 6 months. It feels longer. But she is our brow gel. She is scentless, colorless. She won't make your brows sticky. She won't make your brows feel like they are stuck to your forehead. She will condition your brows and just kind of keep them in place without like being stuck, if that really makes sense. Like they're still free flowing. I mean, you can still move your what? Your brows. You can even use this, like if you have flyaways, you can like still use this. Some people actually use this as like a mascara primer, or even to just put it on their lashes if they're not using a mascara, to still condition their lashes. So, I mean, it's not something I market for, but you can use it for those things. Flyaways, your lashes, your brows, go for it. But she is back after being gone for so long. And we have a special going on right now where if you spend, oh, that wasn't closed all the way. If you spend $55 on the website, you get a beautiful, beautiful red nail that has jewels on them for free. And if you purchase, so if you go on there and if you buy like, say these 3 items right here, you go in there and buy Krista's brow gel and 2 brow pencils, you will get a better looking brow pencil or a brow primer than this, but you will get a brow primer for free. So not only will you get the nail dash for free, but you'll get a brow primer for free when you do the brow bundle. So you are saving over $30 with the nail dash and the brow primer. That is an awesome, that's an awesome deal for the weekend. So yeah, all right, so now that we did that, we're gonna go in. I'm not gonna do a whole lot to my eyes because like I said, we're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna use the Courageous palette here, and I'm going to go in with Shiro, and we're not priming, we're not doing anything fancy. We're using our white to just, and this palette is very pigmented. I'm not picking up a lot on my brush though. That's why it's not really looking very pigmented. I'm not picking up a lot because I don't want a lot on my lid. And I'm just going to use any excess and bring it up to the brow. Okay. And other side. Like, I'm literally just tapping it in there. I'm not like picking up a lot. All right, and here is where we're gonna get creative, but we're still gonna stay pretty neutral. All right, so I have the Fulfilled palette. I'm gonna go in here with Exhale and a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go right here in the crease just to give a little bit of color. Windshield wiper that back and forth. And it's not like I want it to be like, hey, you're actually wearing color on your lids. I want it to just be a break in that white so I don't look like a clown. All right, now we're going to use the red and the blue. What are we gonna do? All right, so I'm gonna use more of a detailed brush, and then I'm going to spray it with setting spray. I'm gonna go back in here to my Courageous palette, go right here into Heart. Pick some of that up on the brush. I'm going to get my mirror handy here, and I'm going to go in as an eyeliner. Get as close as I can for you guys. And it may look a little like water paint right now, but we'll see what happens when it dries. I'm gonna try to create a wing here. I'm not good at wings, so we'll see what happens. I can't guarantee that that'll look the same on that side, but we'll see. We will see. I think I may need to spray my brush again. I used to be really terrible at eyeliner, and it's just, you do it for so long, you finally know how to do it. It's like eyelashes. I tell people that all the time. I used to never, like 8 years ago, I did my bridal makeup recreation, and 8 years ago I never knew how to do false lashes. Even about 10 months ago, I would probably say I still struggled with false lashes. And I had to talk my husband into letting me get our lashes through Red Aspen. And he's like, "Are you going to wear them?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to learn how to wear them." And now I don't know what I would do if I don't wear them. Like, I don't look the same if I don't wear lashes. All right, so let's try to create this wing over here. I don't know if they're the same. I want it to be like a deep red, and I think we're getting there. Well, in person it looks like it. I don't know what it looks like on camera, because on camera it doesn't really look deep, but in person it does. Again, that is why I don't really like looking at the camera when I do my makeup. Okay, I can't guarantee that my wings look the same, but we're also going to wear lashes. So let me get my mirror back up here. All right, now that we've done that, I'm gonna go in with our navy blue eyeliner, and we are going to go under I'm trying to use that as the tail of, I think that one goes up more, so we may have to fix that one. I think it goes up more. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're gonna go up more. So let's get that brush. Let's spray it. It's on it. And then let's Someone's talking about me, my ear itches. All right. So then we're going to go in and use the other end of this tool and smudge that. And then what I'm going to do now is go into the Courageous palette and use that Brave color and just barely tap into it. Go over that blue. Just tap. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go into that Shimmer Hustle, tap. Okay, and then we're going to take a black liner and tight line underneath. Okay, and then we're going to use a white liner and go along the water line. And then we're going to use a pearl highlighter and go on the inner corner. And on the brow bone. Other side. Okay, and then I will do my mascara and my lashes and we'll be back. All right, mascara and lashes are done. Now we're gonna go for the lips and we're going to do a traditional red lip. So we're gonna go in for the liner. I am not an overliner, it just looks weird. I look like a clown when I do it. I'm gonna blend that in. hear the birds singing. Okay, and then we're gonna go in for Poppy, which is that bright red, and it's a matte lipstick, but it's got shea butter and jojoba oil in it, which is going to still leave your lips juicy or moist. I know a lot of people hate that word. Make sure it's not on my teeth. All right, and then what I like to do is I like to go in with that Pearl Crown highlight and just tap in there with my finger. And it just kind of gives that little like highlight ombre effect. But there you go. There is your July 4th look. It's still daytime. It's still fun. It's still sort of glam, but it still gives you that natural look. And I hope to see you again. Bye.